Hello everyone, welcome back to 369 Once Upon a Time, and this message is for Cancer. We'll go ahead and just give this a quick shuffle. I hope everyone is doing well, and summer is almost over. I don't know the weather on or the temperature in your neck of the woods, but here in New York we are experiencing the lower 80s and higher 70s most days. So I am so looking forward to fall, looking the leaves turning and all the beautiful things that fall brings. And then my favorite season, winter. Love snow. Okay, let's see, anything for Cancer. Oh, yep, that one just flew out. Okay, Cancer. Anything for Cancer today? What is the message for Cancer? Okay, let me just pick this up and I'll continue to shuffle. All right, let's see. Oh, jealousy and social media mask. Okay, Cancer. This will come up. Okay. All right, Cancer. All right, I'm going to give this one more shuffle. Let's just start with this. All right, we have here a couple of things. You may be dealing with someone that is maybe spying on you. Can we clarify this for Cancer? Looks like someone's just following you online, incognito maybe? And it has to do with maybe they envy or they're jealous of you for whatever it is. Right, three things came out. Let's see. Ghosted, fake friends. Yep. Situational single. I think this person may be, oh, look at that. Love bomb. That's on camera too. I didn't notice that one. This person may be jealous of you. This is okay. This is what's coming up for me. But this person is jealous of you because maybe you're dating someone that they're interested in, and you got to date that person. You also have a self-care card, which means you should prioritize yourself. Just be careful with this person, whoever this person is. You would probably see that this person is not maybe as responsive to you as they were before, or maybe they have maybe a slight attitude about you, or maybe towards you, I mean, or maybe they may be talking about you to other people. All right, let's see. Let's just shuffle this clarity deck and let's see what comes or what flies out for you out of this one, Cancer. Seems like everyone is going through a little bit of something. Oh, this one flipped out. Okay. That's funny. That card also came out for my reading for, I believe it was Aquarius or Pisces. Let's see. Quite interesting. Oh, wow. Apparently there's a misunderstanding here. Let me see. If anything, I'm just shuffling this one last time for Cancer. Anything else that needs to come out? Okay, perfect. So let me make sure nothing else flipped. This deck. Sometimes it happens to me. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see what we have here. The first card that we have is I'm going to try to focus this a little bit. They weren't ignoring you. You just ignored yourself. You spent too much time explaining their absence to yourself that you forgot to validate your own needs. You dialed their number, but forgot to check in with your own heart. Your worth matters, even when someone else didn't notice. And then you got this card, the explanation card. If you keep explaining, they're not listening. Real connection means being understood, not translating your soul daily. If they keep misunderstanding, maybe they just don't want to understand. Stop narrating for people who didn't even hit the play button. The one you got was this one, commitment, right? It says commitment shouldn't be a puzzle. It should be peace. You're evolving. Not everyone will vibe with the upgraded version of you. That's fine. You don't owe anyone an explanation for becoming the person you've been hiding inside all along. Then commitment shouldn't be a puzzle. It should be peace. If you need a Google Doc, 5 friends, and 2 oracle cards to decode their behavior, it's not commitment. It's chaos in disguise. When it's real, you don't guess, you know. I'm wondering if this person is actually jealous of the relationship that you have with this new person. And the fact that maybe you have put them second is not clear to me just yet. I may have to pull a couple more cards, but this one says, stop romanticizing people who traumatized you. That playlist, those memes, that one road trip, none of it justifies the emotional whiplash. Memory is filtered. Your nervous system remembers the truth. Stop dressing up pain in nostalgia's clothes. And finally, you got the editing yourself to fit someone else's small story. You're not too bright. Their story was written in lowercase. Stop shrinking your volume for people who never had the range. The right one will love you full volume, no mute required. This is not very clear to me. I'm not sure if, and I'm going to keep clearing up, but this is what's coming to me now. It feels that this is a triangle. Not necessarily a love triangle, but love in a sense of like a partner and a friend. It seems to me that there is a third party that got wedged in between you and your friend. And maybe the reaction of your friend is not what you would have expected from that person. I'm going to... Okay, let me pull from the angel signs. Let's see what the angel says. Actually, you know what? Let me pull out from this relationship oracle to see if what messages we can get from here, if any messages fly out. Because this looks like it's a complicated situation here. Anything for Cancer? And I have to shuffle this deck in several times because my hands are small and there are a lot of cards here. Okay. That's very interesting. That card also came up for Aquarius. What is going on here? This is relationship-wise. Maybe your friend was trying to warn you about this person. Maybe it's not that they were interested in them, but they were trying to avoid you getting with this person. Oh, wow. Okay, hold on. It's coming through. Let's see what we have here for Cancer. This is interesting. I'm going to shuffle this. I'm going to put it to the side, but I'm going to shuffle it one more time to see if anything else comes up. Okay, so I think whoever your friend is, or maybe you have communicated some sort of abuse, and not necessarily physical abuse, but maybe like verbal or psychological abuse. And maybe that's why this whole thing is happening here. And then it says rushing. You can't hurry love. The right one is coming in. Perfect divine timing. maybe that, okay. I'm getting the picture here. Okay, hold on. Lust, not love. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in just by good sex. Love's the answer. Love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent. That's very interesting. I'm wondering why you chose to date this person. I'm wondering why. There's obviously, because obviously you have the red flags here. So it wasn't like you didn't see it. And I'm sure your friend saw it too. Anything else for Cancer from this deck? Any other messages? Any other messages? All right, I'm going to pull from, let me take a look here. I'm going to pull from the, let's start with the Angel deck to see what messages we get from this, because I'm actually curious about this situation. My eyebrows are raised. I know you can't see it, but trust me, I am very curious about this situation. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. And again, if this message is not for you, don't try to make it fit. Okay, let's take a look and see. Okay. Okay. Messages for Cancer, the situation. Yep. They're just coming through. Okay. You got the caution card there. I gotta pick it up. Just flew out. Just bear with me one moment. I also need to shuffle these a couple of times because my hands are very small. Okay. Oh, there's that caution card. Let's see. I'm going to shuffle this 1.5 times because I can only grab so many cards in my hands. So I need to get to the cards. Oh, wow. The cards are just jumping out on this situation. Cancer, I really hope that you are taking care of yourself, not letting anyone take advantage of you. And sometimes, you know, our angelical team is looking out for us, and they send people, you know, they speak through a few people, and you know, we sometimes choose to ignore those messages. So just be careful. If a person speaks to you and they say things that they wouldn't normally say, whoa, this deck is just flying. Maybe that's a message from your spiritual team. All right, I'm going to hold off on the angel signs because they're just flying out. There's a lot that needs to be said for this situation. So let's just gather all of these and let's get to it. All right, so the first card you got was the, well, they're not necessarily in order, but I'm just going to say it this way. The Divine Justice, which is what was taken will be returned and what was done in harm will be answered. Stand in integrity and let divine justice unfold. The universe sees all and balances all. Caution, you are being asked to reconsider. Caution allows you to navigate with wisdom and avoid unnecessary risks. Move forward only if your soul feels fully at peace. You're getting warnings here. Divine detour. The universe adjusting your path to match your soul's evolution. If a door has closed, it is because it no longer resonates with who you're becoming. Stillness. The noise... I hope this is centered. Okay. The noise of the world cannot reveal what silence already knows. Turn inward and listen through your heart where divine guidance flows without interference. Temporary. The tension that you feel around a situation is only temporary. Rest assured that the energy will clear and you will be able to continue moving forward. Deception. Be aware of those who operate with dishonesty and deception. Don't let the darkness take advantage of your light. and do not rush into agreements or actions without clarity. I think this is what this message is about. You have been warned. I think that your spiritual team sent someone or speaking through a friend of yours that is looking at the situation, you know, as an outsider. And for whatever reason, you are set on this relationship with whoever this is, or this second friend. I'm not sure if this is romantic or is a new friendship, but I believe is romantic. I believe it has a lot to do with lust. I believe what you may be feeling is just, you know, sexual attraction, which is okay in the beginning. But once you start seeing the red flags, you know, once you start seeing the red flags and you got a caution card here, and, you know, you also have the tolerating abuse, and you have that in the same message throughout. You just have to be careful. You have to be careful who you're opening up yourself to. Okay. 111 is intuition. Divine guidance flows through you with increasing clarity. But like any sacred instrument, your intuition sharpens with practice and attention. Listen closely, for the veil is thinner than you imagine. Freedom. Your calls for freedom are heard, and the day of liberation is arriving. What once limited your voice or your power will soon be dismantled. This is very important. I'll get to that in a sec. Enemy. Be careful who you share your energy with, for you live in a world with both darkness and light. False light. Be discerning, for not everything that appears radiant is of true light. There are energies that mimic the divine, seeking to lead you astray. All right, I'm going to go back to this one, the freedom card, and I'm going to read that one more time, and I'll tell you what came to me when I read this. Freedom, your calls for freedom are heard, and the day of liberation is arriving. When once limited your voice or power will soon be dismantled. I feel that you have made choices, or you had maybe in the past have let other people persuade you. You may have, you haven't been persuaded by others. And you feel that this time you want to make it your choice whether or not to be with this person. The thing is that sometimes we have, well, not sometimes, you know, we have these challenges in life to help us grow. And when we start seeing, you know, red flags and a friend talking to us about this, and there's just so many things, patterns that just keep showing up. And you are probably standing there listening to conversations that had nothing to do with you. You're just a passerby. And it's something similar to your situation. You're like, oh, you know, your ears perk. And you're like, oh, you know. So just be careful. What, you know, not everyone has your best interest at heart. And you need to use your intuition and your discernment to figure things out and look at the patterns. Look at the patterns. Is this person truly meant for you? You know? All right, let me pull this deck and see what comes up. This is the your hidden strengths and abilities. And so let's see what comes up for Cancer on this one. And I'm going to shuffle this a couple of times. See what flies out of here, if any. And I don't push my decks. I don't take cards. If nothing flies out, I don't dig my decks to push messages. I don't. I let the decks guide the way, and I use my intuition to perform readings. I'm not just flipping cards. All right, one more time. See if anything else. Well, when I have more times, see if anything pops up for Cancer in this reading. Any messages that they need to hear. And one last time, message for Cancer. Okay, nothing came up on that. Okay. let's move on to the true intentions. Let see if we can get some sort of a little hint here with this person's intentions. Let's see. Oh, I have been Butterfingers today. Give me 1 second because I just dropped a few of my cards. Okay. I'll shuffle this deck very quickly for you, my dear Cancer. In the beginning, I started reading this, you know, it sort of kind of like showed me a little bit, but now that I see, you know, it's, oof, whoa, this is, that one just flew out for Cancer. Thank you. I think this deck is very active. Give me 1 second. I'm going to shuffle this a couple of times. One and a half more times. And one last time. For Cancer. Going for Cancer. Anything else for Cancer? No. Okay. Okay, so the card that you got was goodbye. And it clearly says the moment has come to part ways. Your paths are diverging and it's time to let go. I don't think you're, I don't know. This is hitting me like you're not with the right person. You're not in the right relationship. It is not the right time. It is not the right person. Like so many, like just the red flags are, you know, jumping out of this reading. Red flags everywhere. All right. Okay. And sorry, this is the heart truth. Ooh, this one just, oh, look at that. I'm just saying about right person, right? And I don't know if you can see that on the screen. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. But the message says the right person. Nurture this relationship. It holds potential for mutual growth and support for this phase of your journey. That friend that is always there supporting you or telling you the truth, that's your person. Now you have two other messages. Okay, this is my last shuffle for Cancer. All right, let's see, my dearest, what do you have here? So you have the goodbye, then you have the right person. Nurture this relationship. One more time. Nurture this relationship. It holds the potential for mutual growth and support for this phase of your journey. We need friends, people. Perseverance. Where you stop is where you end up. Keep going and expanding until you have reached beyond your goals. You're on the right track. Anger. Fury has consumed your energy and clouded your judgment. Reclaim control, directing your energy towards happiness instead of clinging to past wounds. Maybe this is what I was referring to earlier. Maybe you let other people, you know, persuade your decisions early on, or in past relationships and past friendships, and now you feel like you need to take control of the situation, which you do. You should always be in control or try to, you know, have control over your life. But I don't think that the person that is advising you is doing it in the wrong with bad intentions. So let's pull a card here from the Neurolinguistic Oracle, and then I want to move forward to a couple other decks that I have here for you. I don't want to make this video too long, but I'll take, you know, time as needed for this reading. Anything for Cancer here? Any message that could be helpul to Cancer? There's one. Any message that could be helpful? I'm just going to shuffle this a couple of times because these cards are huge. I mean, everything is huge for my hands. I have very small hands. Okay. Cancer. And we'll go one more time. Excellent. Okay. I believe I have 2 cards for you. How many? Oh, 2. Okay, perfect. So the first card that came out was congruent alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and body agree, your energy flows without friction. This is congruent alignment, the state where everything within you is pointed in the same direction. Before you act, check. Does this choice feel aligned with in my body, my voice, my breath? Excellent message. Okay, the next one is the bigger picture. When you feel overwhelmed, step back and see the bigger picture. Ask yourself, will this matter in a month, a year, or 5 years? More often than not, you will find that distance reveals clarity and understanding. Use your intuition and your discernment, and definitely step back and take a look. And look at all the red flags. Look at everything. Look at the history. Go back and think about, a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, how this relationship started. Like, where did this person come from? What intentions, what were the questions that they asked you first, and all of that. So, and yeah, just use your discernment. All right, let me just shuffle this deck for you. This is the lies relationship and other feelings cards, oracle. Sorry, I can't remember the name of this deck. Look how pretty. All right, let's see what we have here for Cancer. If anything pops up for Cancer. I'm gonna pause this in a sec. I'm just gonna take a sip of water. My throat feels very dry. All right, anything for Cancer? Ooh, okay. This is very interesting. I think you are both in this relationship for the wrong reasons. He or she is in a relationship with you because they're obsessed, and you are in a relationship with them because you want to feel that you want to have control and no one can persuade. Sorry, one fell. Can persuade you as easily as they had done in the past. All right. This is You're My Obsession. Unhealthy attachment, fixated, no peace. Living in memories, past replay, stuck emotionally, sentimental. I think there's really a lot that you need to think about and you need to look into when it comes to this relationship, your friendship with that person, and yourself, most importantly. And that's what this card came out. Self-care. You need to prioritize yourself in this situation. Burn the bridge. Final goodbye. Unrepairable. No way back. It's funny because you got the goodbye card here, which also says the moment has come to part ways. Our paths are diverging and it's time to let go. That's very interesting. Okay. And then it says, new life begins. You never really loved me. Truth revealed. Illusions shattered. Heartbreak. And then the final one wasn't love. It was control, possession, power play, ego, which is this one with the obsession thing. All right, give me 1 second. I just need to take a sip of water. All right, sorry about that. Okay, let's move on to career and money. Let's see if anything comes out for you, my dear Cancerians. Let's see. Anything for Cancer today? There's everyone is going through like a cycle of a purging cycle of love and relationships, and the readings have been very similar today for the signs that I have read for today, and I feel that we are all being asked to purge our situations, our ways of thoughts, and change our ways, right? In order to level up. So, so let's see what we have here. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, you have a lot of cards here. My goodness. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here for Cancer. Let me pick these up like this. The first one you have was, again, letting go. This one, although, says limitations, fear and doubt limit freedom of actions. Let go of your worries. You're going to be okay. Bright ideas. Have an innovative new inspiration, test new ideas, and break out fast. Take action on your ideas. Oh. Fertility. It's time to think about family, life, and children. Don't sacrifice family for career. I'm not sure if you guys are really thinking about family at this time, but you see the egg here. It just reminds me of, and I am not Christian, but it reminds me of Easter. You know how they put out all the candies in the like in shops, and everyone, even I, rush to get candy and see what, you know, what flavors they have and all that. Anyway, this card reminds me of that because you never know, you know, that saying that says the life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. This one reminds me of that. And it's fertility. Like, you keep playing the right cards and, you know, eventually when everything aligns, you're going to reap the fruits of your labor. So don't give up. Keep going. And just use your discernment, okay? And your intuition. That's very important that you use your intuition. And now you have loyalty. True friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. Be loyal to your friends. This is very important because this is what I have been saying for this reading. There is a friend that is trying to give you advice, that it's looking at the situation saying this is not healthy for you. Or maybe this person is like completely against this. And they're just seeing, you know, they're just seeing like this is, you know, you went from bad to worse when it comes to this choice of yours. The next one is winning. Sooner or later, luck comes to everyone. Don't spend everything at once. All right. Make sure you have some savings also, just in case you are trying to change careers or you're looking to start your own business, because you got the fertility card and you also have the winning card. So you may need some funds to make this happen, you know. Okay, so you have public face. Follow your heart, become who you want to be, earn a reputation. It's okay to be yourself. Definitely is. Don't let anyone smother your light. And the final card we have here is perfect fit. Finding the right path, the fit with the soul, the ideal job. You're meant to be here. All right, let's move on to our final deck here. And this is going to be the Alchemy Oracle. This one, I like this one. This one is like, it points out your blind spots and it also sheds some light. Okay, let's see here on your strengths. So let's see here, positive message for our dear Cancerians. All right. Cancer. Or the other Cancerians. What messages do you have for them today? Cancerians. See if any of these flipped. Good, I saw one flip. Okay, let me just go 1.5 more times just to make sure. For the Cancerians. Anything else? Okay, thank you. All right, let's see what you got. Just a 2? Okay, perfect. The first one reads, deliberate illusions. Are you curating your life or actually living it? When the story you tell becomes more important than the truth you live, you lose touch with what's real. Perfection is a fragile illusion, one that keeps you caught in the idea of what life could be instead of noticing how wonderful it already is. Let go of the need to polish every detail. Life is richer when it's raw. Guys, you have so many messages on letting go and goodbye. You do. And the next card is mutual bloom. Unconditional love is love in its purest form. But be wary of transactional energy where affection must be earned rather than compassionately given. True love thrives in presence rather than performance. So release the tit for tat and silent tests. Allow yourself to love and be loved freely and fully. Enjoy fulfillment in both giving and receiving the care you desire. Where is that care card? Self-care mode. There you go. I don't think I've pulled one from this deck yet. Just yet. I've been yapping so much. Well, I've been delivering the messages, but yes. All right. I'm going to pull a card from my Neurolinguistic Oracle. I think I did, but I could be wrong. Oh, okay. Okay. Anything for Cancer? Messages for Cancer. Ooh. I think I did pull from this deck, but something else popped. So I think that's a good thing. Maybe there's another message for you. Anything else for Cancer? One more time. Anything else for Cancer? Okay, thank you. Very well. The message is asking what if. What if this isn't happening to punish you, but to prepare you? For example, a delayed opportunity may be giving you time to build the skills you need to succeed later. Asking what if this is for my highest good opens the door to curiosity and hope. All right, guys, I'm going to leave this reading at that. I hope that this was helpful. And I hope that you take the time to look at your choices and your situation, whatever's going on around you. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, please, to like this video if it was helpful to you and if you like it. And I will bring you more videos during the week. Have a great one, guys. I'll see you on the next one.